Why do mages explode the moment the cavalry sneeze on them? And with the new mages coming in Call of Dragons, I start thinking over the survivability over the mages and how the mages perform against cavalry. Why do mages dive that faster? How to fix it? Map tech, artifact help, target selection, movement rules, all these things I'm going to actually speak in this video just to give a little more light over the mages and what I actually think over the mages. So why do mages actually die faster? And it's by design from the game. They have low tankiness, and just by opening and checking out one mage, is going to be a tier 5 Vestal, for example. It's having like 192 HP. Obviously the cavalry, yes, they're dying more faster if they jump alone over the both mages and marksmen, but in general just the mages are having lower tankiness, and the cavalry is having a pretty decent damage. I mean, the moment the cavalry is actually touching some range legion, it can be mages, it can be marksmen, it didn't actually matter. They get 1000 range, which is rage, which is basically 100% rage skill, so they immediately firing up. This is one of the things. The majority of the cavalry heroes are having some kind of rage regeneration, increase rage accumulation speed by 25%. Emrys is having this one, rage accumulation speed bonus can go up to 40%. The new heroes actually get this one from Well of Destiny. She's also giving extra rage giant. We have this bad boy with more rage accumulation speed. I can go over and over and over, but the moment the cavalry are touching the mages, they're basically executing their rage skill, and there is a decent chance to execute second time the rage skill against the mages before the mages actually execute their rage skill. So you know, mages against cavalry is just the survivability here there are absolutely crazy, especially if there is a decent amount of cavalry. And I see this play more and more in Call of Dragons, where the people just gather their cavalry and they jump on the huge groups. Obviously we also have to say the artifacts are hitting like a truck, 3.6k, and this damage is increased based on the damage of the troop and how much, you know, total attack is. Also the Sorwan blade, very nice. Spring blade, very nice. I mean, there is even more and more artifacts in Call of Dragons that make the cavalry absolutely wild against mages. But still, the low tankiness I think is the main issue, because it's not only the cavalry hitting you, it's also the counter attack that you receive from the infantry and marksmen, and also the other mages. When they hit you, they also hit you hard. And with the new heroes coming in Call of Dragons, like for example Kuma is even draining the HP of the surrounding legion, so mages are going to even have less HP at the end of the day, especially when there is some blink play from the infantry. Just the tankiness is extremely low. So what is the core fix of this situation? And the short answer is just play behind infantry line. Obviously this is going to be the main suggestion. We're going to see more and more, I mean, fightings, I mean, obviously, and you're going to see that there is an infantry and there is a mages behind. There is always a couple infantry in the mage bow ready to block some incoming infantry, or if our front lines die, somehow to stop incoming wave of infantry and mages. They just jump out of the mage bow and they stop whatever is coming in mage direction. So obviously just stay behind, don't be Rambo like this guy here. This guy is going to get a decent amount of damage from this Margaret Zeta. So yeah, this is the core fix of this whole situation with the lowest survivability of the mages. Just stay behind the infantry line. Now let's talk about the map, how you can actually use it as your advantage to have better survivability as a mage. And definitely use the bridges and chokes to reduce the cavalry angle. This is the first thing. Now there is a choke point. If the fight is here, there is 0 chance some cavalry come. Now in same time, don't go too further, so the blink infantry do not actually stop you. Obviously in this map the cavalry can move on this direction and it still hit you, oh my god, and still hit your mages. But in the choke points I think the power is in the mages. It's not only the cavalry can actually hit you, but you're going to get the best value from your mages in the choke points. It's just the best place to farm merit, especially if you're in the defense position. Choke points, gates, okay, gates maybe not that much, because still the gates are giving some territory that is, you know, that is going to be for the enemy territory, that they're going to receive 10% attack and 10% defense. But at the end of the day, choke points is the best place where you can actually go and do some farming with your mages. But again, choke points and stay behind the infantry. Now, how the artifacts can actually help you? It's going to help you just in merits, in my opinion, but still, there is an artifact. There is like one artifact that can actually help you that much, and this is Thunder Elegy. And just by making this circle, you can stop for 5 seconds incoming troops. But it's extremely hard to do that, because the majority of the cases you're going to put your infantry on the auto, like I did. And even when the cavalry or infantry jump, you're just not going to have this artifact ready to actually stop them. But this is maybe one of the artifacts that can actually help you in your progress to survive more on the battlefield. There is still artifacts. On top of that, this artifact, Thunder Elegy, is giving Legion HP. This is something extremely rare. The majority of the mage artifacts is Assault one, so they're going to give you magic attack and Legion attack, and not many that can give you defense. And the one that is giving you defense, like Staff of Propert, is completely different, the purpose of this artifact. So yeah, maybe Thunder Elegy is something that can help you if you navigate it to stop incoming attacks. So what is going to be the target selection from the mages, just to make more merits, obviously, and focus clustered enemies to maximize AoE when staying safe. Again, behind the infantry lines, as you can see, there is always some infantry lines. Stay behind, but in the same time hit these two guys here, and not maybe this one or maybe this one. Still, this one have to be taken out, but again, just maximize your damage just by hitting, stick it together many legion. Like this, you're just going to get more merits from the target selection. Now, what is the movement rules? Step, cast, step back, kite, and this is it. I mean, for the people who maybe are new in PvP, and I'm currently fighting against people who is from the launch of the game, but in general it's like going back. It's something like this. You don't want to go to leave like going up, because you're going to go in the front lines, and this is not something that you want to get, since the enemy mages is going to destroy you, or marksmen or whatever. Now, one of the things that I can suggest is target, try to target your target. Try to target your target. For example, like this, you can see the HP of each of this legion. Obviously, I'm going to target this one just to kill him, and he's going to give me less counter attack. From this stack here, I'm going to attack first of all the Kuma. After this, going to go for the Goresh. Just don't go for the full HP legion. Go for the low HP legion. From the incoming, this is going to be a good target. After this, you can go with this one, with the Kuma. After this, you can switch to this one. It's just the way how I think you're going to get best value with less counter attack. You're still going to get to do your full damage. You're going to receive less counter attack from the enemy legion. Now, the next thing is vision discipline. Don't overextend back. Just don't go too further. I think I already mentioned that, but the positioning with the range legions is something that, oh my god, what is going on? This bad boy is like 200 million power. Our bad boys have no fear. They're going to eat him alive. I really want to see report after this, but yeah, just don't overextend, okay? just don't overextend. For example, I'm going to show you who is not in good position. For example, okay, so far everybody's in good position, but yeah, right now this infantry is going to die. Everybody's going, this one is not in good position. This mages here is not in good position. And as you can see, they slowly start dying one by one. They're just not in good positioning, and I think this is with crucial importance in Call of Dragons, how you're going to position your legions. Now the Ali signals, this is something very important, and this is more, oh my god, oh brother, okay. Yeah, the middle of my video I get attacked. What is going on? Why I cannot move this legion? Did I get, oh brother, okay. Yeah, with this we duel, but anyway, yeah, trying to present some video and I get attacked. Anyway, Ali signals, this is the signals that you want to receive when it's time actually to go for the blink push. As you can see here, we're having some infantry. If there is more infantry, you can just make, you're going to hear in the Discord. I really hope the majority of the people are using Discord like this. They're going to just get, how to say it, just get better overview over the timing where the things is going to happen. This is also a good way of playing. So yeah, just wanted to say a couple words with the new mages coming in Call of Dragons. There is a big hype around this, which is absolutely normal. I even get one of the new mages. I didn't manage to get the second one. It's from the strongest world, so most likely I'm going to wait the end of the season to get the Gromara. But yeah, so this will be for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit one like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.